The pool of young talents in current NASCAR is really bringing life to the lower leagues of stock car racing, especially the Xfinity Series. And now with this new generation of drivers like Carson Hocevar and Ty Gibbs really making their mark at the top level in the Cup Series, it's been a real excitement just to look at the potential that this new generation of stars produces. So today, I am going to go over the top 10 prospects in NASCAR at the moment. Now, I should note that I am not trying to overly pressure these young drivers or make them feel as though they are not good enough. That is not my intent. I originally wanted to be a race car driver too, specifically in NASCAR, and there is no ill will in any of my statements. This is simply a fun video talking about who I think could really be a star in the next few years. Without further ado, let's pull those belts tight one more time for the 5-star prospects of stock car racing. And remember, this list is my opinion. Number 10, Lane Riggs. The young short track driver and son of former driver Scott Riggs has really proven his ability behind the wheel of a stock car recently. And while his strength may be short tracks, he's certainly been showing his speed on intermediates as well. Currently, he has a cushion in the playoff standings, and as long as he doesn't break his arm celebrating again, he might just fulfill my prediction of him hoisting the Truck Series trophy at the end of the season. Number 9, Sam Mayer. Now, Sam Mayer has actually started to face a lot of criticism these last couple of years. I've even seen some people label him a bust. But we must remember that bro over here won his first truck race at 17. He's only 22, has shown winning speed, and is currently third in Xfinity Series points. Not to mention, he has made the championship 4 before, a true case of consistency. If I'm a Cup owner, especially of a smaller team, he's got my eye in terms of driving ability. Number 8, Nick Sanchez. You know, for a split second, I thought Nicholas was rushed up to Xfinity way too fast. But then I watched him drive. Despite not having the best car of his fellow rookies, Sanchez has proven he does have the speed to compete, at the very least in a top Xfinity ride. He seems to be one of the most comfortable amongst his fellow rookies. I mean, he's 13th in points, doesn't drive the best car, and with the speed he has in that car, I would expect him not just to be a threat for the playoffs, but probably a lock for the playoffs come September. Number 7, Taylor Gray. While his older brother flounders around in mediocrity in the Truck Series, Tay-Tay has proven that he is the most gifted driver of his family, at least so far. Despite being winless so far in the National Series, he's easily been top-tier, consistent, and a lead Toyota driver. Well, I think putting him in the primary Gibbs Xfinity car was certainly a choice. He's proven that he actually deserved that ride, considering he would have and should have won Martinsville, until Sammy Smith decided to drive right through him. The amount of times this guy has come agonizingly close is sad, but bricking a 3-pointer off an unlucky bounce is way better than airballing if you ask me. Number 6 is Brent Crews. Out of all the drivers currently being scouted, Brent Crews excites me the most. In my opinion, he has the highest ceiling of any current NASCAR prospect. The kid is almost 2 years younger than me, and already has won an ARCA race, has an ARCA East win, and raced against and beat F1 driver Kimi Antonelli in karting, as well as Connor Zilisch. And this is a guy who was born after Low by FloRacing was released. The only reason I don't have him higher is because he's only reached a small amount of that potential so far. Still, keep your eyes out for this kid. He could be the future. Number 5 is Carson Kvapil. Ever since racing in the Cars Tour, the son of Truck Series champ Travis Kvapil has proven to have a lot more potential than his dad ever had, at least right now. Despite not winning a race yet, little Kvapil has quietly been putting together a really solid season. He currently sits 8th in Xfinity points. Carson still has a lot to prove, but he's had some great runs, and at his current state, he's pretty safe for the future, and has pretty much earned his seat at JRM at the very least. Number 4, Chandler Smith. Chandler is a sad tale of what happens when you don't have enough sponsors to back you up. After having a really good season in the Gibbs 81 in Xfinity, he unfortunately has to flounder in trucks once again. But every fan of the sport that sees William Sawalich's current performance knows the truth. Money can't buy talent, and Chandler is talent. The guy finished 17th in his Cup debut, in a Colleague car, and has more racing ability in his left pinky than Austin Hill, Sammy Smith, and Sheldon Creed combined. Add to that, he has a lovable personality, and you've got a guy that isn't just a great driver, but possibly great for the sport and endorsements as well. Now, before we get to our podium finishers and ceremonies, here are a few honorable mentions that just barely missed the cut for the top 10, but are still very talented drivers. First honorable mention is Rajah Caruth. Some might not be convinced of Rajah's overall talent, but you just have to remember how consistent this guy is. Top 10 in the standings all of last year, and despite not being top 10 right now at this very moment this year, he's still continuing that speed this year. I thought with the increased competition in trucks, it would be difficult for Rajah, but it appears as though he might just be here for the long haul. Second honorable mention is Daniel Dye. Just like Carson Kvapil, but to a slightly lesser extent, Dye has been putting on a solid season. A lot of people didn't think he was ready, but just like Taylor Gray, despite not winning in trucks, he's still shown solid speed, and right now is on the cut line. That being said, he needs to grow that hair back because he looks fucking stupid now. No offense, Daniel. Stepping into the podium positions, at number 3, we have Jesse Love. Ever since Jesse became the youngest winner in ARCA history, he has shown the entire country just how rare drivers like him actually are. The guy came into Xfinity last year with a great performance and now sits 4th in points. Even though he was disqualified at Rockingham after his win, he still proved he could win on many different tracks. I wouldn't be surprised if he's competing for a championship at the end of the year. I don't really know what to say other than, yeah, Jess Hill is talented, because, what else? Number 2 is one I think we all saw coming. It's Corey Heim. Yeah, this dude is a generational talent, and is setting the world on fire in trucks. He just got another cup start in the 67 for 2311 at Kansas, resulting in him finishing 13th. The highest of any 2311 car that day. The guy is quite literally making the truck series boring, and has achieved some of the best finishes in the history of Sam Hunt racing in the Xfinity Series. I am genuinely pissed that this guy still races in the truck series, yet I just can't put him at number 1. Because unfortunately, there's one prospect that has just confirmed that he is one of the greatest talents to ever come up the stock car ladder. Because at the top spot, the most scouted talent and highest ranked prospect is Connor Zilisch. I mean, outside of stock cars, his racing resume is already scout-worthy and professional level. This guy has beaten F1 drivers in karting, including the previously mentioned Kimi Antonelli. He's got a Rolex 24 LMP2 win, a 12 Hours of Sebring LMP2 win, and he even has a CIK FIA Karting Academy trophy, a trophy that has also been won by multi-time Grand Prix winner and one of the best drivers in Formula One, Charles Leclerc. Not to mention, when Zilisch won it, he was 2 years younger than Leclerc was when he won it. However, that's just scratching the surface, because before turning 19, he has already amassed 2 career Xfinity wins, and was comfortably 6th in Xfinity points, has a severe crash and back injury at Talladega, and proceeds to regain that 6th in Xfinity points with one singular race. Now, I don't want to put too much pressure on the kid either, but everyone sees the objective racing ability that only comes once in a generation, and Connor Zilisch seems to have it. And that is my top 10 plus 2 NASCAR prospects in 2025. My name is Graham. I do not shut up about NASCAR, and if you want to subscribe, you can, but you don't have to. I really don't know how to fucking end this video.